Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're enjoying these tutorials, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the mirror cube. The mirror cube is fun because it's by shape instead of by color. But in order to solve the mirror cube, you have to be familiar with a standard 3x3. If you're not familiar with a standard 3x3, please click the link above and watch my how to solve a standard 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So before we scramble it up, let's look at the mirror cube a little bit. We have a small layer, the tiny layer, and I'm going to treat that like my whites on a standard 3x3. Then you have a middle layer, which is a little bit bigger, and then the large layer. So I am treating the bottom like my yellow on a standard cube, and this top like my white. Okay, so go ahead and scramble it up, and you'll start to see, because of the shapes, it just kind of explodes into this weird design. Okay, now when starting it, I'm going to start with the small layer, the whites. So normally we start with a daisy. So I am going to look for the smallest centerpiece. That would be my white centerpiece on a standard cube. So looking for it, it looks to me like this one is my smallest one. If you get the wrong one, it will be okay. You'll find out pretty quickly if you've messed up, because things won't line up. So this is my smallest centerpiece. So opposite that, if that's my white, then opposite that would be my yellow. And I want to make my daisy. So I'm going to look for the smallest middle pieces on the side. So these pieces that would go here. So this is one of them right here. And I know that this would be the top. When we were holding it in the beginning, they were flat like this when I was spinning it around. So this would be the white side on a standard cube. So I'm going to look for another one. There's one right here. So I'm going to rotate it up. Now, in the beginning, we looked at this one. See how thin it is right there? So this is the white side. This one is not like that. So I need to rotate this and bring it back up. So now it is thin, just like this one. Then, let's see if we can find another one. There's one right here. If I bring it up, I can tell right away that's not thin, so I need to rotate it and bring it back up. And now it is. So I have this one, and this one in place, and here is the other one. So I'm going to rotate it around the bottom and then bring it up. Now, I can see that I would have, on a standard cube, it would be white, 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 and yellow. And I can double check because they're all the same height. So that is correct. Now, like on a standard cube, I'm going to rotate the bottom two layers until okay. I'm going to show you guys what happened here because it might happen to you, and I told you you would notice right away if something was wrong. So I have the daisy here. This is white, this is white, this is white, this is white. The next step is to turn the bottom two layers until the center matches up, just like you would do with your colors on a standard cube. So if I rotate this, this is my biggest piece right here. If I rotate this, that is not a match. That is not a match. That is not a match. That's my biggest piece, and that is not matching. So what has happened is, so I assumed that this was the smallest piece. So therefore this would be the yellow piece. But they're not all lining up because this is actually the smallest piece. So this would be the yellow piece on a standard cube. So I need to move these small pieces around this piece. So if you made that mistake, just fix it. I'm going to fix mine real quick and then we'll start again. Okay, so I rearranged mine, this now being the yellow piece, and I put my small pieces again flat so that they're thin when I look at them from the side. On a standard cube, this would be yellow, these would be white. So it's my tallest middle piece with my smallest center edge pieces, and it is opposite the smallest centerpiece, which would be a white. Okay, now let's try it again. These two do line up, so I'm going to turn that to the bottom. These two line up. I'm going to turn that to the bottom. These don't, so I'm going to rotate the bottom two layers until it matches up, which it does. I'm going to turn that face to the bottom, and this is my last one. Turn the bottom two layers until it matches up, and rotate that face around. Now, if I flip it over, this would be a white cross on a standard cube. So just looking at those center pieces. Now we're ready to do our white corners on a standard cube. So we're looking for the small pieces to go in the corners. There's one right here. Now remembering that these pieces are thin on the top, this would mean the white is facing down. So I would have to kick that back, spin it around, and this back up to access that. Now this would be the white facing this way. This again can be kind of tricky to know where exactly it goes. Place it under where you think it goes. Go away from it, down, and place it back and back up. If it's sticking out, it's no big deal. Just kick it back out and try a different corner. So this one does match up, so that's okay. Here's another one, and this is the flat side facing out, so this is like a white facing out. It's the smallest piece, so I know it's going to go in this corner. So place it underneath there, turn away from it, and place it in that corner. If you had a piece, let's say this piece, let me place it up there. Let's say it's sticking up like that. You just have a piece that you need up here, and you need to get it down. It's just like normal. This one will be like the white facing us. So I'm going to turn it to the side, move it away, and back up. And then we have access to it down here. Put it under where you want to put it, and place it. So we have one more. It's right here. So I'm going to put that in place. And now this is like having your white salt. So we have the top layer done. So this would be a colored T on a standard cube. So all of the T's match up. So the next step is to place the sides, which again can be kind of tricky because it's by size and not by color. So an easy way to find a piece, normally we're looking right here for colors. In this case, if you turn it, you're looking for a piece that doesn't line up. So these are flush. These would be all yellow. So I'm going to look for one of these two pieces. I'm going to check one of these two out because they don't line up here. So this one, it's not flush here. I'm going to rotate it until it is. It's sticking out here. And it's flush right here. So I know this piece goes here or here. And based on its size, I'm going to say here. If you guess wrong, kick it out with another piece and just place it again. So I'm going to put it here, so I'm going to turn away from there. Bring this side down, back up. This is like your white. Place it back. And that piece is where it goes. So again, we look down here, that's like a yellow because it's flush. I'm going to look at any piece that is not flush with the center. So let's try this one. This is not flush, so it doesn't go here. Sticks out there, sticks out there, sticks out there. What that means is this piece is probably yellow. It's just not turned the right way. So this piece is not going to work. So we're going to look for another one. This one's tiny, so we know that it goes in this layer. So I'm going to turn it because it doesn't match here. And it is flush here. It is a super tiny piece. And my options are to place it here under this larger one or here under this smaller one. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go away from that, down, place it back, and replace this piece just like it was white. And that is solved. So we have two more pieces. And it is very possible that the piece you need might be located in one of these spots already and just in the wrong position. If that's the case, just kick it out. Let's say you want to use this piece as a junk piece to place it here. So you would just place it in that spot and it kicks out. The piece we just had goes to the back here. And the junk piece you had here is now here. So this piece is already flush. So this is a kind of tricky one because it's similar in size to both of these. So I'm going to say it goes here. Again, if it doesn't fit, just kick it out and then place it back over here. So we're going to try it here. And it fits. So that leaves just this piece right here that's out of place on our second row. But as you see down here, there's nothing lining up with this. So that means all of our yellows are turned. So we're just going to have to see what lines up. So let's say this piece. We'll turn it. It either has to go here or here, and this one doesn't. So try a different piece, and this one does line up. And it has to go here, so I'm going to turn it away from that spot and place it. And now the first two rows are complete. Then turn it over just like you would on a standard 3x3, and we're going to look at our yellows even though there's no yellow. So we're looking for the dot, which in this case would mean you just have this centerpiece sticking up all by itself. This shape which is exactly what we have here. Ours goes up and to the side, and it's flush. Up and to the side. Or your line, which is what we'll get right after we do our move. Or you have a T. If you have a T, just hang on until we get to that step. So, if you have this, just this piece in the center sticking up, do this move, and then it will go to this, where this is flush. And then we'll do the move again to get the line. So, grab it in the front, turn it, just like you would do on a standard 3x3. Now, we have this. You can see it. It's a line. It's flush in a line. So we're going to do our move again. And we have our T. So all this is flush. Now, we need to rotate it to see what we have matching here. Just like we would on a standard 3x3, you're either going to have opposites that match, opposites in the center that are flush, or you need the left side and the back. So this is not flush anywhere. So we're going to turn it. This is flush in the center. This is not. This is. This is not. So in my case, I have these two that are flush. You may have this side and the back flush. So I'm going to have to do it twice. If you have this side and the back, just do this move once. So we're doing the right side only. Turn the top twice. Right side down, top back, right side up, top counterclockwise, and back down. Now, if you had the left and the back, then just wait, because I'm going to have to do it one more time. I have mine now. Here's one, and here's the other one. So now I have mine on the left and the back. So I have to do that move one more time. Right side up, top clockwise twice, right side down, top counterclockwise, right side up, top counterclockwise, right side down, and then I'm going to turn it counterclockwise on the top. Now all of mine match up. And we're set. All we have left are these corners to place. Now, when looking at this, you want to see if you have one good corner. And it's kind of hard when you're dealing with shapes. So we can tell right away this one does not go in this big space. You can use these to help you out as well. So if you see this one here is large and this one here is large. So these are the two biggest pieces, which means the biggest piece, which is this one, should be here. This is small and this is small. These are our two smallest, so this one should be here. Then we have big and small. So this one should be here. And then we have big, or small and small, but not the smallest one. So this one is actually where it's supposed to go. So I'm going to turn it so it's in the front right hand corner, and I'm going to do the left right move. Alright, so if they're not where they go now, do the same move again until they're in the correct place. Just keep your good piece in the front right hand corner. So this one is already placed where it goes. This one is correct, this one is correct, and so is this one. So now I just have to do the right and left move multiple times until it's solved. Okay, and then we have these two. So I'm going to turn it so these pieces are on the right and do the right and left move again. Okay. So this is exactly like your yellows facing out on a standard cube. So this is the last move. We have to do the right and the left one more time. And there it is. You just solved the mirror cube. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to subscribe. Click the links to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.